Hi guys, welcome back to Glittery Crystals. Today we will make a Sally's cup, a Sally's alcohol tumbler. The moment that I saw this image, I fell in love with it and I knew that I had to get it and create a tumbler. It took me a while to edit this video, but it's very easy to make this tumbler. In this video, I will show you the steps that I took to create this tumbler from A to Z. I know that many of you are advanced, but this video is specifically for those persons that are getting to know how to make a tumbler and what steps to take to print out a water slide. So first of all, I go on Etsy. This is where I get all my SVG files. I went on Etsy and I searched Sally's SVG or PNG files. Many of them are repetitive and the creators tweak a few things from the image, but to me, the Sally's image, they kind of look all the same, except this one. The moment that I saw it, I fell in love with it. I thought it was beautiful. It was a bit pricey. $5 for an SVG file is kind of pricey, but I didn't mind paying. So once you have the image that you want, you will click on pay or add to cart if you have multiple SVG files, and you will process your credit card. Once you have processed your credit card, within not even a minute, you will receive the file on your Etsy account. You will go to purchase or purchases, then you will scroll down to where the picture of the SVG file you want to download. You click on this button, download files, then download the image to your computer. And on my computer, it automatically downloads the image. I am using an iMac. If you are using any other brand, an HP computer or any other brand, Windows computer, you can go on the top to downloads and download it manually if it does not download automatically to your desktop. So let's save this image to our desktop and let's go to our Cricut app. So I have opened my Cricut and as you can see, I have my image saved to my desktop. I will be creating a new project. As you can see here, I already have these files saved for this tumbler, but I wanted to create the steps to show you how I made it. You can either click right here on the middle section or on the top right, you just click on new project. This is the home screen. On your left, the last icon, you will upload the image that you want. You click upload images, and you click and drag the PNG file that you have. You click on it, drag it and drop it on this square. It will automatically upload. I select the complex setting, and as you can see, this image had already the background deleted. So there's no background to the image, just the image itself. We will continue, and if your image has some things that you want to erase, this is the section where you would be erasing or removing any of those parts that you don't want. Since this is a picture image that we will be cutting out, we want the print then cut image section. So we want to select the print then cut and upload. I'm sorry if I'm rambling too much. Once you have uploaded the image, you will click on the image and add to the canvas. and this is where the image will appear. At this point, as you can see, the image is very big. I will change the size, and I'm going to change it to 3 inches. This is not the final sizing that I will print it, but I just want it small enough for me to choose the size. You can change the size from the top or on the bottom right corner. You can move your mouse and change the size that you want. If you want to change the width only or the height only of your image, unlock the image and adjust it to whatever size you need it. Once you are satisfied, I need you to lock the image one more time. Do not leave it unlocked, or else if you try and move it around, it will move its size again. By locking the image, you can still change the size, but the width and the length will at the same time change. So not only the height, but also the width of the image will change together. Once you are satisfied, this is a time for you to send your image to print. In my computer right now, I do not have my maker, my Cricut maker. I have it only on my laptop. So that's why you see this image to plug my Cricut to this computer. So I will send my image to print, my waterslide paper. You will deactivate the Add Bleed section, and I use the system dialog. Why do I use the system dialog? Because this allows me to change the quality of the print of that image. I change the quality to best, and after that, I just send my image or my waterslide to print. Make sure the section is selected. That way, your image prints as best of a quality possible. Once you have printed your image, you will seal it, and let me show you what to do next. So this is my water slide paper. I have already printed the images. You can only print one image if that's what you prefer, or you can use up the whole page. Once you have printed your image, you will need to seal the images 2 to 3 coats. And this is the sealer that I use. I use 2X Rust-Oleum Gloss Clear Enamel. You can use the gloss, the matte, or the semi-gloss. For me, it does not do any difference, but it has to be clear. I was in a rush to seal my image, and I accidentally grabbed the high gloss white spray paint. Yes, I grabbed the white. They look the same. They did not have a lid. Make sure you put your lid on your can so you can see which one is clear and which one is white. And when I went to seal my images, the white spray paint covered my water slide. And what I will be doing is cover the whole water slide at this point and use these images whenever I have a white tumbler. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna throw this water slide to waste. So I had to reprint the image, and this time I will be using the clear enamel. I give it a good first coat. Make sure that when you're sealing your image, you do not drench the image. You do not want any drips. I do heavy coats, but as you can see, there is no drips in the image. So once you have added a good coat, you will let it dry, and it dries fairly quickly. As you can see with the glare, there is no drips. This is how it's supposed to be looking. Add 2 to 3 good coats of sealer to your image. While that is drying, I will spray paint my tumbler. And as you can see, ta-da! Both the tumbler and the water slide are ready to be used. After my water slide dried, I positioned it and use my Cricut machine to cut the image. So you can see the cutout. I like doing this even if it's a clear water slide, because it cuts out the image, and it's just a personal preference. But if it's a clear image, you do not need to use your you do not need to use your Cricut machine to cut around it. Only if it's a white water slide. But if it's a clear like I used right here, you do not need to worry about it. And as you can see, part of her hair was, some pieces were missing on that image when I applied it. But I'm not going to worry about it because the way that Sally is, it just flows with who Sally is. These are the alcohol inks that I will be using. You can modify the colors to your image or to your color preference. I am starting with the yellow because I will be using the same brush with all my alcohol inks. And the measuring cup that you see right underneath the tumbler is actually filled with rubbing alcohol. As I am placing each color, after I am done with the color, I will dab my brush in the rubbing alcohol and clean it out. This will dilute my brush, and that way I can continue with my colors. I started from the lightest color to the darkest. And as you can see, I am just dabbing my brush and I am blowing on my cup to stop the alcohol from running. I loved this part of the cup where I was applying this very vivid pink fuchsia color, and it mixed, or it blended very well with this teal blue green alcohol ink. Just have fun with the colors, with the way that they're spreading. For me, I find this part of the video very relaxing. I'm Picasso right now. This is me enjoying creating this cup. And right at this point, I was marking where I wanted my alcohol ink to end. And at this point, I decided to add some of the red color tones so it would match with the image. I was applying very bright pastel colors, but I forgot to add the red so it would blend in with the image. So that's why you will see here that I am adding 2 tones of red. This one is like a burgundy one. And yes, this is how the cup is looking. So just have fun with it, enjoy the process, and this tumbler is very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can fix it very, very easily. Mistake number 2. I decided to seal my image with CC DIY Quick Coat, and when I was trying to seal the alcohol ink, it actually started running. So this is a big no-no. Do not use Quick Coat on alcohol inks. Instead, use your clear enamel to seal the image, and this is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to look. I tried to fix it by dabbing more alcohol and more rubbing alcohol. It does look a little patchy, but I decided to continue with this tumbler. But yes, use the sealer to seal the entire cup. Once we had let that layer fully dry, I will be using Marshmallow Ultra Fine, and I will be adding it to my epoxy. This brings this tumbler to life. The sparkle that it gives the epoxy is beyond beautiful. I love the way that it's a white glitter, but it gives a blue purple hue to the resin, and it looks amazing. So I will apply my first layer of epoxy and I will let my cup spin and cure before we continue with the next step. Look at this sparkle. It's very sparkly that it does not allow the camera to catch the glitter. It gives this blue violet hue and it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. After my first layer of epoxy, I added these flowers. So I actually cut out the flowers from the image and I decided to add a few flowers here and there to kind of blend the image with the design with the alcohol. And I decided to go back and add a second layer of my resin. I believe I also added marshmallow. Yes, I did. I added marshmallow ultra fine glitter again at this layer. One tip, I use Promarine epoxy and my epoxy started to change its color to an amber color and I decided to use my epoxy with this cup. It was a big no-no because a few weeks have passed by since I have finalized my cup and it gave it this tint of yellow to my white. So if you have your epoxy that has turned into an amber color, you can still use it, but use it on dark glitters like black or dark blue. Do not use it on your whites. But other than that, look at how beautiful this cup turned out. It is simple, it is chic, it is girly, it's perfect. It's perfect for those customers that want a girly tumbler, but yet they do not like too much glitter. This glitter just gave it the sparkle that this tumbler needed. I hope you loved this video. If you did, please subscribe. Please comment. Thank you so much for all the love that you have shown. And I am so grateful to have you here. I hope you loved my cup. And as always, we will see you on our next video. Bye, guys.